Today I'm going to talk about estrogen. First, I would like to ask a question. A lot of girls say that it's better to take estradiol and compare, rather to take estradiol than progesterone. Now, the reason they say this is because, no, I'm sorry, not progesterone, Premarin. And the reason they say this is because Premarin is a derivative of horse urine. In fact, the word Premarin actually means pregnant mare urine. So some of the estrogenic compounds in Premarin don't occur naturally in the human body. But some girls say you get better effects. Other girls say stick with estradiol or estrofem, which is a brand name for estradiol. Well, I can't even say that. Estradiol is the predominant form of estrogen. Estrofem is a brand. So some people would say stick with something like that. Now I know some people would state, well, yeah, but what if I happen to be, born with the wrong kind of genitalia and happen to want to do something to correct that? But see, here's the thing. If you were born biologically male or female, it doesn't matter, because no matter what, you have both estrogen and testosterone in your system. So, no matter what, you still got estrogen in your system, because the adrenal gland actually produces small quantities of both estrogen and testosterone. So you already got it in your system somewhat. Estrogen is, I'm rocking again. Estrogen alone is not going to really help you. You also need to block the testosterone using Spiro or spironolactone, which happens to be an anti-androgen, which testosterone happens to be an androgen. So it kind of works out a little. What Spiro does is it blocks a specific form of testosterone called, hold up, I need to use my cheat sheet here, dihydrotestosterone. Now what dihydrotestosterone is it's the form of testosterone that makes you develop facial hair, and when you get older start to lose the hair on your head. So if you already have facial hair or have already lost the hair on your head, it's not going to really help you, but it will help prevent any more damage. For anyone that wants, a website I would really recommend is AnneLawrence.com, which is www.AnneLawrence.com. Okay, now let me talk about some of the pros and cons of estrogen. When I first started taking estrogen, the first thing I noticed was my brain got kind of rewired. I wasn't as depressed as I used to be. I didn't listen to music about suicide as much. In fact, now I kind of find those kind of things depressing. A little morbid, actually. If that's what you like, I'm not gonna knock you. Everyone has the right to make their own choice in life. But, I'm much happier now with my life. I'm dealing more with my emotions. Taking estrogen, you have to deal with your emotions. It forces you to. You don't really have a choice in the matter. You can't rely on the male behavior of stuffing your emotions. It doesn't really work. also noticed a couple other effects that I'm going to try to be tactful about. I'm going to try to refer to them in the most biological sense that I can. I noticed a decrease in sex drive. I don't really think about sex that much anymore. It's kind of pleasant, actually. And now when I am being intimate, there's a much more freedom of time. I'm not in a rush. The pre-event, the foreplay, as it were, has become much more important to me than the act of sex itself. Which I think is a good thing. I like that, actually. Also, after you've been on hormones for a while, if you're still in the habit of in the habit of orgasming, you'll notice that eventually the penile tissue gets a lot thinner and kind of rips just below the head. I feel a little crude talking about this, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be tactful here, I really am. So your skin gets more sensitive in that area, or softer, or thinner, or something. And also, when you climax, your discharge becomes less and kind of thinner, much more kind of like lube. It becomes clear in color and kind of stringy. That's the only way I can really think about describing it. Okay, I'm done talking about that. Another one of the side effects I noticed is I kind of put on a little weight, and I guess I would call it the pouch, the area kind of just below the belly, in the pubic region. It's kind of puffed out a little bit, I've gained a little bit of weight right down in that area. The pubic hair is kind of a little bit thinner. It's not quite as coarse. After a while of taking it, you will start to develop masses underneath your nipples and areolas, which will get very tender and sore. This is natural and is to be expected. You're a woman going through puberty, and part of going through puberty is developing breasts. Some of the negative side effects of taking estrogens is that it can lead to stroke paralysis, death, heart attack. Also, you have to deal with everything women have to deal with. You gotta get breast exams, and you still gotta get a prostate exam. What kind of stuff is that? Not only do you have to worry about breast cancer, and you still gotta worry about prostate cancer. Also, you have to worry about getting bruised easier, since your skin has become much more fragile and thinner. I'm not quite at that point yet. I still got skin like a rhino. My girlfriend tries to give me hickeys, and it just doesn't happen. My final question is, and I don't think I'm going to have enough time, taking estrogen. Do you take it sublingually, which is putting it under here, or just swallowing it? I'm not going to have enough time to finish it, but until next time, goodbye.